how sweet it is to be loved by you. What is up, nerds? It's me, your buddy pal, HeyArcher. Welcome back to my routinely late show, HeyArcher Live. Now, today, I swear to you, I was on time. Everything was good to go. Computer was like, updates ready to go. Hit reset. I had like 20 minutes. I hit reset. Sure enough, took like 30 minutes. Is what it is. You know what? I hope at least you can pour yourself just a little bit of,
more specifically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey.
yeah, it's always a challenge with this. What is up, K-Walk? Good to see you, as you said. Welcome back. Today, we have a special guest. We're going to play some Either. We're going to watch some trailers. We're going to nerd out. And you know what? We're going to go beyond 9 o'clock, maybe 9:15. But as per usual, one, you guys are my sound check. So let me know how I sound in the chat. If you've got a YouTube channel, you got a podcast, you got a website, put it in the chat. Plug your shit and have a good time. If there are trailers that have come out you want us to talk about, put it in the chat. If there's something you want us to review that we've all watched, put it in the chat. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a great show. I'm happy to be here. I actually don't know if it would even let me bring Steve in while the music's playing. Let me see. I'll try it out. Steve, can you hear us? Oh, wait.
Hey, you're there.
There it is. It worked. It worked.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let me see if I can raise you up some. There you go. How you doing, my friend?
I'm great, man. Thanks for inviting me onto the show, bro. You know, I love the show every week. Got to be on it.
Yeah, I've wanted you to come on for some time, and the day has arrived. Let me switch out to this one.
Thank
there
you.
we go.
Thank you,
There we
man.
go.
Feel so honored to be on the HeyArcher show.
No,
Freaking amazing.
as I like to say, it's you guys' show. I'm merely the moderator. What's up, Aaron Waller? Good to see you. Oh yeah, cheers to you, sir.
More specifically vodka,
Cheers, guys.
whiskey,
While you were setting things up, one of the reasons was probably late. I just kept on drinking. I said, "It's not a problem. It's fine." But we cannot let the people wait.
I hear you. Aaron is saying there's a slight echo, so let me see if I can fix that on my end. That is not a you thing. That is a me thing. All right, try talking now.
Hello? Can you guys hear me? Do I still sound echoey?
I feel like you probably don't, based on the sound meter here, but I'll let everybody else say here. But since you're on, it's the first time that you've been on any of my shows. I always like to kind of recap how it is we've come together. So
Oh yeah, man.
why don't you pave the way there?
Yeah, man. So we've been buds since college days, 2004, 2005, around there.
Dude, it's
ever
almost
since.
20 years.
Yeah, wow, can't believe that, man. And we've had such a good time, You've spent some time away, like you've disappeared for like maybe 3 or 4 years, to handle your stuff. I did the same thing, but we always found a way to reconnect somehow through, social media, and especially the fact that we're both nerds and we have a common interest in like a lot of superhero stuff, mainly Power Rangers. So,
And the
we
very
just
thing on your shirt.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, we've been friends for such a long time, and actually probably gotten even more tighter now ever since, I think we've been not hanging out because I know you live in Boston and I'm in New York, but like we've been, pretty close more than ever. So this is pretty awesome.
It's wild, especially in the era of this pandemic, that people like become tighter when you can't even see each other in person.
Exactly, man. You've done a great job here with this, with this stream, especially during the pandemic, is what we all needed. So thank you for that.
No, thank all of you for showing up.
Another cheers. Yeah, I can do it.
So actually, Steve and I kind of, I guess the best way to say, rekindled at a Comic-Con about maybe 5 years ago at this
I would
point.
say 5 or 6 years ago. Yeah. We rekindled and we were like, yo, dude, like you're gonna come every year. I'm gonna come every year. Let's just
Yeah,
keep on doing it.
yeah, pretty much, pretty much. So the other question I always like to ask when somebody's on is, what was your coming to nerd moment? Like, what was the first thing that happened? What was the show, the comic, the cartoon? Aaron pointed out the dope shirt. So what
Thanks,
was
man.
it? What was it that brought you in?
Appreciate it, Aaron. I guess it was growing up as a huge Power Rangers fan, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. Obviously, Fox Kids fans, Eat the Cat, all that. You name it, Bonkers. You name it, man. That was just a hit. I'm sure you love the same thing.
Yep.
But I guess in the culture of nerdism became real popular around, I would say, 2012. It started to get more accepted into the whole cultural aspect.
Hmm.
Not everyone, is a nerd or is even expressing their nerd. They're not afraid anymore to just, tell people what they like, dress up, and that's why we have all these cosplays at, especially Comic Cons. And I think, that's what really set it off for me. We were children, but as an adult, like I said, I started going to my first Comic Con, I believe it was like 2010. So
Hmm.
this is about 10 years I've been going, except for last year, because obviously, all
Yeah.
this crap hit. But when I went to my first Comic Con, I realized the amount of people who were just loving who they were and were no longer afraid to express who they are, showcasing with clothes, jewelry, their art, anything, that showed me that, okay, this is a thing now, and I'm glad I'm a huge part of it,
Hmm.
and not just like you or me, like cousins of mine, family, friends of mine that were even, I had friends and family who were just afraid to express their nerdism, to be honest with you, and going to these Comic Cons in the past 10 years have been a big influence for them. It showed them, gave them a little courage, but yeah, man, liking Power Rangers, and especially Ninja Turtles. I grew up with those two bad boys, man.
Yeah.
That's why we always related to Power Rangers back in college. If we ever did any work, if we weren't.
Yeah. It's wild too, because I remember, I've told this story on many dates in my lifetime, especially with my lady now. Back in when we were in school together, that was when Watchmen came out, and I remember that was like the first glimpse of like pop culture, people being like, "Oh yeah, being a nerd's cool. Like I've read the comics, I've read the graphic novel," and it
Right,
was even
right.
that first moment where you're like, "Did you really? Or are you just saying that because it's like the
Yeah,
popular thing?" Um,
exactly.
and actually went out with a girl who, it was her idea to see the movie, and then we're in the movie. She's like freaking out the whole time. It turns out she had a phobia of like knives and like
Oh, wow.
knives cutting people or knives stabbing people. And I'm like, the opening scene is dude getting murdered with a knife.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool.
Did you have to cover her eyes or something?
She covered her eyes and then blamed me for it afterwards. I was
Of
like,
course,
whatever.
of course, it
Yeah.
happens. You brought me here.
Yeah, you brought me here. Um, I thought before we continue that conversation, we'll roll into a game of either,
All
because
right.
this one will be a little bit on the nerdy side as well. I was violently scrolling through to see if I could find a Power Ranger or Ninja Turtle one. One did not come up, but we'll do this
Of course
one,
not.
see what happens.
All right.
So for those of you who don't know, in the game of either, we have red, we have blue. You choose which one best suits you. I try to get the nerdy questions out there. Sometimes other ones slip through, but this one's a deep cut for the nerd world. So in the first round of either, we have, and actually, hang on, I gotta back out first. Let me bring
Nope.
Steve in, and
Nope.
then
There I am.
go
There,
in. There
there
it
I go.
is.
There we go. I'm down here. I'm
We
ready.
have, would you rather be visited by ancient aliens or visited by the mole people?
It's very interesting.
Do you remember the
I mean,
mole people?
yeah. I mean, you can probably get my answer just by the background if you can even see it. I don't even know.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, I'm a huge space. I'm a huge space guy. Love space.
You do. You do. Actually, I
I
think
love
you were the
astronomy.
first person I knew who got into like Legos and Lego building,
Yeah,
and
man. Past few years, like recently.
you have like a NASA ship, no?
I have like a little NASA section actually. It's like it's a I have the Challenger. I have the space shuttle that was last flown, 2011, the Discovery Space Shuttle. I have the ISS, all encased in the glass. You know,
Love
no
it.
dust gets in it. And I have a cat, so I make sure the cat doesn't like mess it up, or especially leave it with hair. But yeah, I'm a huge space guy. I do love astronomy. I did some studying of astrophysics. I just love everything about it. So yeah, that's why I have my beautiful background.
Yeah. And I think everybody in the chat agrees with the aliens. I'm also going to go aliens on this one. And let's see if the
Who
rest of the
wants to get
world.
visited by the mole people?
I know.
Oh wow,
But I also feel like so few of us actually know the mole people. So
right.
we definitely cleared on that one.
Appreciate
Now,
that. Appreciate
now
that.
I want to go back to the nerd stuff because that's what we do here.
Right.
And our friend, oh wait, I'm trying to get used to like scrolling. I didn't set up an actual like button for this screen, so I gotta like remember to go back and whatever.
Uh,
So, speaking of aliens, I'm gonna go back the question. And Aaron Waller asked, "What's your favorite Power Ranger season or individual?" And for those who don't know, I'm gonna subtract myself here so I can get a good
hey,
full size view of what's happening. Now, I think the answer is in front of us, but out of curiosity, favorite Power Ranger season and favorite Ranger.
um, it might have to. We might agree with this, Steve. But it's Mighty Morphin. We grew up on that, and that was
Hmm.
our first. That was our introduction to Power Rangers. So, and it meant so much to me, growing up. Yeah, it kind of like connected to me. Not that we were in high school at the time. I think we were like 12, 13 years old.
Hmm.
But still, they'd be like, "We're gonna go to high school. We might get these powers."
Yeah,
So, but Mighty Morphin was it, man. Mighty Morphin's it, and of course, my favorite Ranger was Tommy.
yeah,
The fact that there's this sixth Ranger that came out of nowhere and just like was super powerful, and he had a shield. Like, come on, dude had a
yeah,
shield. Like, who
yeah.
didn't want a shield? You know what I mean?
That's
I
facts.
remember asking my mom for Halloween. I want this, showing her a picture of like a really nice photo of the Green Ranger. I want this exact replica. I want this helmet. I want this shield. And I'm like, you couldn't get this back then at all. But Tommy was my favorite one, of course, since he turned into the White Ranger. But to my over here, actually, this is my little Power Ranger shelf here. I don't know if you can clearly see it, but
Oh
this
yeah.
is like the Megazord, and then the most recently released Megazord sneakers that I have encased in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have like little death scene here with Lord Draco and a bunch of Power Rangers like they're dead, and then some more evil villains down here. So Power Rangers. This is my Ninja Turtle shelf. So I got basically my two favorite here. My room is encased with like a bunch of other stuff, but that's for another show.
Love it. Love it. I went to the wrong
What's yours?
side.
Yeah, what's your favorite season?
That's a great question. Actually, hang on. Let me see if I can fix
I
this.
know what's your
I
word
always mess
favorite, least favorite season.
up. Oh yeah? Which one is that? Which one is that?
Zeo,
Yes,
baby.
it is.
And,
Yes, it
and I
is.
actually and I actually enjoyed Zeo. I actually enjoyed Zeo. It was like a transition to like, what the hell was this? All right, I can deal with it. Why? All right, instead of saying what was your favorite, what did you dis? What was the most thing you hated about Zeo? Not hated, but disliked the most about Zeo.
So this, all right. So this is the snobby part of the show, right? So as a content creator, I've always felt that it was a passion of mine to want to create content. Like, you look at movies, you look at TV shows, and you're like, oh, I wish I could like make that and do that. And even in college, when we were friends, I used to make like Dragon Ball Z, Linkin Park music videos, like everybody was doing. Which I wish I could find that CD, but it's probably
Yeah.
disintegrated by now. Um,
Right.
but when I would watch shows as a kid, sometimes the way that a show was shot or the cinematography, the music, the things like that would actually bother me where I couldn't get past it to watch a show. And for some reason in that show, like, I don't know, like when whatever season that ended up being, when I don't know, I guess Saban still had it at that point, but they changed
Yeah.
like the cameras that they were using, and it was like this blurriness, like to a
Yeah,
lot of the shots.
I can see that.
It
Yeah,
just
I
looked
know what you're
different.
talking about.
Yeah,
Right.
and
That's-
that
I know
like
what you
set
mean, I
me
know what you
off.
mean.
That set me off.
I guess maybe we were just huge fans of the original footage, which was
Yeah.
obviously Japan footage, maybe,
Yes.
and it looked. And then as we got older, we realized I actually prefer the Japanese footage more. And if you guys,
Yes.
anybody ever had a chance to watch the Zoo Ranger, which is the original Power Rangers, it's on Shout TV, and you can probably catch a few things on YouTube. But you can see the difference in the outfits, and especially the Green Ranger.
Yes.
The Green Ranger shield was super fitted and formed and just like looked nice, whereas the American version, whenever they would shoot American scenes with the American actor and the green shield, the gold shield, it'll just be fluffy and like it was weird. It just looked completely weird. I was just like, okay, I know I'm like 13 years old, but you're not tricking me.
Exactly. I unfortunately I ran out of the good stuff.
Oh
so
man.
I'm switching over.
To some beer.
Yeah.
Sorry, I actually need another drink, but yeah, go ahead.
There you go. So actually, Kenny, who also needs.
Let me turn on these comments.
There you go.
All right, now I can see them. Hey guys, all right.
Nice.
Yeah, something it wasn't working for me. But no. Aaron likes sneakers.
Yeah.
They're dope sneakers.
I couldn't. I returned them. I couldn't do it. I wanted to love them so bad. What were you gonna say?
Was it the tip of the shoe? Was it like because it was very narrow? These Power Ranger sneakers are Allen Iversons. If anyone remember the Allen Iversons back then, they were like very narrow, right at the tip. So and especially they haven't released sneakers like that in such a long time. So if you're not used to those, forget about it.
Dude, that's hilarious that you said that, and that shows how much of a sneakerhead you are. Because my old boss, he was also like he teetered into the nerd stuff, but is a huge like NBA fan, huge sneakerhead.
Nice.
And I showed him the Power Ranger sneakers when I was the night before I was gonna pre-order, and he goes, "Oh, aren't those the Iversons?" And I was like, "I guess so." And sure enough, you verified. I looked online also. They verified. Like I was like, "Damn, you guys are good."
Guys, man. Yeah. I like the other renditions they did of the Power Ranger sneakers. They were okay. They were decent.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had all the money to just throw around, I'd get them all. But especially since each sneaker would come with its own Megazord box, and then when you collect all of them, it would just create this Megazord because each one was a limb or something. Each box.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're pretty cool. And I decided to get the Megazord one because it was all of them, and it looks really nice next to my Megazord. It just looks so
It
cool.
does. It does. It was. I do regret giving them back, but it's funny when I went to the Reebok outlet store. I walk in behind the register, 6'4" black dude, fro, glasses. I'm like, he's gonna know what this box is. And sure enough, I walk up, I put the box down. He goes, "Oh shit!" He's like, "You got him?" He's like, "Why are you bringing them back?" And I was like, They didn't fit. I didn't like them. And he's like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh, I don't wear this size either."
Oh shit! You ever thought about maybe getting a half size bigger?
I thought about it because they're still out. Like I think you can still buy them, but
Yeah. Well, I have to admit something. I've bought two pairs.
Yep.
The ones displayed are like a smaller size 10, so I could fit them in the glass. And then I have the ones because I'm that guy, I guess.
That's a good
I wanted
idea, though. That was such a good idea to buy the smaller size to fit in the display case.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. Damn,
I mean, if you want it as a display thing, it makes sense. And I wear a size 12, shoes, so I was like, it may not fit, and I kind of want one to wear and then one to just not wear and just have it there even with the tag. And with the Megazord itself, I actually I have a Megazord it's called the Daihatsu. It's a Japanese Megazord. It's not the Legacy one. Even we're huge fans of the Legacy line.
Yep.
The Megazord, there was a Legacy version of the Megazord, which was pretty cool. But then the Japanese made his own version, and it's like super shiny. It's like kind of more die-cast, if that makes sense, than the Legacy version. So it's like the Triceratops horn. When you remove them, it's a chain, just like in the show. I don't know if the Legacy line does that, but the one that I have, you remove the horn, And then it's like a line. I put it just next to the sneaker, kind of tied it up in there, so it
Oh
looks pretty
wow.
cool. And I
Yeah.
tied it up next to the blue portion part of the sneaker itself, so
Yeah.
it's just Billy. It makes sense.
Hmm.
Actually, can I show you? I don't even know if I can show
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
Here, I'll minus myself out again.
actually, no, I just flipped it up. There you go. This is the Megazord that I have here with the sneaker itself. Now, if I zoom in there, you'll see the
Oh yeah,
Triceratops
there it is.
horn, and you take it out and you just throw it in there.
That's dope.
But yeah, man, huge fan, huge
Dude,
fan.
seeing that Megazord, I kind of wish I had that now.
You can get it, bro. You got
Yeah.
this, man.
But honestly, and then I got to go back to a question. The piece, what is it? Other resistance, whatever the French would say.
À la Resistance.
There you go. The power sword on your wall.
Yes.
That is.
Oh yeah, you can see it
That's
because
the
you have
grail.
me. That
That's
is,
the
man.
one.
It is. Let me grab it for you, actually, since it's right here.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I got this for on the cheap at Toys R Us when they were going out of business, man.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I was at work and I didn't have any more breaks left, and I just went outside and was like 2 blocks down. I just got it, and it's a beautiful sword.
I want that.
Um, it doesn't come with the black lines. I just took this like marker and kind of
Yep.
filled it in because in the show, if you watch the show, the original Power Sword
Mhm.
has the black lines in it.
Yeah.
You know.
That's dope.
But yeah, you definitely need yourself one because I know you've been wanting this for such a long time.
Yeah. Well, because I have the others. Here, I'll pull
Yeah,
up
man.
here. So I got,
Love it.
I got Zeo, I got the Dragon Dagger, I got Saba, I got the Power
Love it.
Blaster, but it's that Power Sword, man. Ugh.
When the Legacy, I honestly prefer the Legacy line slightly
Yep.
over the Lightning version, which is the Lightning version, just the current version that Hasbro out now.
Yep.
Legacy line was who was it? Was
That was
who?
shit, I just had it too.
Yeah, I can't. Damn it, I can't.
I'll look it up
But
right now.
yeah, please do. So the Legacy line they had a lot more swords now, and they were much more hefty. The die cast them so heavy, and it just felt heavy and real. I remember walking out of a Comic Con, and I got Saba at a Comic Con, right?
Mhm.
The Saba that you have behind you, and walking by a police station, and I saw a cop, and the cop is like, he stopped me. He was like, "Hold on. Is that what I think it is?" And I was like, thought he was gonna do something bad to me. I thought he was gonna reach for his gun or something, but
Yeah.
it was in the box and everything. He was like, "No way, I grew up to that." NYPD.
And that's
But these swords are heavy.
but that's the beauty of I can't even find like a label of who made it. That's the beauty of like all this like
Hey,
nerd stuff.
Salvatore.
There you go. And Joel's in the house as well. Good to see all of you. With all these like toys, the re-releases, they know the audience, right? It's like it's
Yeah,
those of
yeah.
us that are like, we're older, we now have the extra money, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna re-release that old thing that you used
Yeah.
to love.
You compare this to like like the dagger, the Green Ranger dagger. You compare it to the old dagger, or even Saba.
Yeah.
It's obviously some much better improvement. It's like a toy for adults, you know.
Oh, so it just says Bandai. It actually was.
It's Bandai. It's Bandai.
Yeah,
It's
Bandai.
Hat.
That's right, because Bandai was its own thing,
Yeah.
and because I always remember like Saban Bandai being together, but it
Right.
was its
Right.
own thing.
Bandai had and actually the reason Power Rangers became so popular was this Japanese toy company called Toy Company, TOEI.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that made the Power Rangers toys that we grew up with, and I'm sure a bunch of other lines that can't think of right now, other toy lines, but they made Power Ranger toys, and the toys in itself, I remember in the commercial, and especially watching these shows like what is it, the toys that made us, that's
Yep.
on Netflix right now. They talk about toy and how they basically incorporated everything into the American mainstream, and how that's one of the reasons America loved it so much too. Not just wasn't the show, We loved it because we saw the toys and the commercials. We were like, we gotta get these. We gotta get these bad boys, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, and I see you now collecting all the toys just as I am. The same thing with Ninja Turtles, you know. Not
Yeah.
you know, Hasbro also has Ninja Turtles and NECA, of course. Whenever if they ever want to do things the right way, all the time, um, and it would be very helpful. But yeah, we're Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles. They're selling us our childhood again. It's awesome, but the toys that are coming out are so good,
So good.
so good.
Even the freaking Stone Cold I have here, like just the details they have on them, it's just
Yeah,
ridiculous.
man. Yo, you got the belt right there. And
Yeah.
the articulation
Intercontinental.
is what gets me. The articulation is what gets me in these toy lines nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what toy they buy right now, it's like the plastic is good, the paint chop is good, um, and articulation is amazing.
Yeah.
Um, but like the design itself and the best design right now so far that they've remade in toys, I would want to say, is Ninja Turtles by NECA,
Yeah, for
the
sure.
movie line.
Yeah.
Imagine having that as a child. Like,
Yeah.
I would go nuts. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
It's genius. It's pure genius.
hmm
And actually, I was gonna just answer one question. Aaron made a good point. Aaron was like, "It's gonna change it to the Power Ranger hour."
Power Ranger hour, baby. It's the
But
power hour.
I do want to go back and answer that one question. Or I was gonna comment. Kenny was saying that he likes Wild Force because of the Forever Red episode, but then
Yeah.
Aaron had asked, "What's the most underrated series, in your opinion, if you have one?"
Well, I haven't watched all the American series nor Japanese series. I lost. I stopped watching Power Rangers as a true fan. I think when they went into space, and
Mm-hmm.
I saw that season. Anything after that,
Yeah.
I don't remember. I saw a few episodes of the Dino Fury. I think it was when Tommy
Yep.
Oliver came back
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
obviously my favorite Ranger came back, and I was like, let me watch this, you know. And I
Yeah.
think that was around the time that we became friends, around
Yes.
college.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I haven't really seen anything. So I can't say which is the best season.
Yeah.
But I know I can tell you what's the best. I can tell you what's the best Japanese season because a lot of people keep asking for it. And if
Mm.
you guys, like I said, watch the Japanese series, especially with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, it's much more intimate. Like
Mm.
there's like blood and stuff, so you'll probably cry because it's a little sad.
Yeah.
But I've watched Gokai Ranger, which is the pirate one. I forgot what they call it in the
Oh, Super
American
Mega
version.
Force.
Super Mega Force, yeah, and then there's like Super Mega Force 1 and 2 in America. But the Go Kiger series in Japanese was like my roommate told me to watch it, and I watched it, and it blew my mind. Um,
Yeah.
blew my mind. Blew my story's amazing, cast is amazing, their powers are amazing, and yeah, and that's the latest I've watched. Go Kiger, which is a Super Mega Force. But
I just want to point this one out that my friend Joel here is the one that his student is cousins with Amy Jo Johnson, and
yeah,
they went to go see her, but didn't invite me, even though I had the display case full of Power Rangers.
bastards! How dare they?
Yeah. I tell you, it's crazy. But yeah, our children are being raised with our new versions of what we grew up with. So even
Yeah.
there, did you watch the new He-Man show, the new He-Man cartoon?
I have not. I was going to. I am a huge fan of He-Man. I haven't. I will watch it eventually. But there's so many shows to stream right now.
There
And
is.
then another thing about our adult life as we're collecting these beautiful toys and rewatching these beautiful shows now in 4K Ultra HD. We have our adult life to live, so we gotta
Yeah,
like either you have kids. I don't have any kids, but a lot of people have their kids. Same people like us, same exact people like us have their kids, have 2 jobs, have 3 jobs. So
yeah,
it's kind of busy.
yeah,
But yeah, this it's a lot for us to watch. I haven't watched it yet. I The reviews kind of put me towards that lane. I would say,
yeah, yeah,
especially with everything becoming. Not that I'm against any like female superhero or anything like that or female lead, but like it
yeah.
was just weird. But I'll catch it eventually for sure.
I will admit, for a good half a second, I was like reading and watching the reviews, and I don't know why. I don't know why default I say reading. Like a lot of us say we were reading something. It's like, no, you watched YouTube video or you
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
Instagram about it. But so I saw people talking about it and like how mad they were, and I was like, all right, like I'll give it a watch just to see. I was curious because I was collecting the figures for my cousin. My cousin Lou is like he loves all the AEW and like wrestling figures, so
Nice.
I buy all that for him. And then he was asking for Masters of the Universe, so I picked those up. So after seeing the figures, I was like, all right, I should at least give the show a try because the figures are pretty dope. And immediately, like a couple episodes in, I'm like, all right, yeah, I see why people are mad about this show. Then you get to the finale. There's only like I think 5 episodes. It's a two-parter. So you get to that like mid-season finale, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, wait, this was kind of a good story. And then I went back and watched it again because again, it's only like 5 episodes.
This is why I
not
look
bad.
forward to you. I look forward to your reviews because me and you have a common sense in like certain shows that we may
Yeah.
like, and again, one of the reasons we remain friends. So I value your opinion. So I watch your show, Hey Archer, and and your reviews, especially during the whole Marvel stuff. Definitely want to hear your take on it, and like because even when I watch other people's YouTube videos on the recap of something, especially even yours, like you learn a lot of new things.
Yeah.
Even if you read the comics back in the days, there's one little thing that you might have missed out. But yeah, I love watching your show, and definitely. Did you do a? You haven't done a review for the Masters Universe, have you?
It's funny. I don't even remember. Hang on, let me go back and see.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I would have noticed, man.
Uh,
I would have totally noticed, bro.
I don't even remember. I didn't. You're right. I
You
didn't.
didn't, right? You didn't, right? All right. All
Oh
right.
shit! Wow. All right, I'll do that.
You gonna
Um,
do a review?
yeah. So I actually purchased. So you're not the first person to say that. Joel said it. A couple of people here have said it, where you're like, oh, like I like watching the reviews because I learned something new. I will right now. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see. I will always plug our fellow nerd Aaron Waller.
That's right. What's up, Aaron?
Because he also he's picked up the slack where I've fallen off. Like right now he's reviewing the Harry Potter shows.
Can I tell you
But
about Harry Potter? I get invited to a Harry Potter Christmas theme, and I have to admit I've never watched that one Harry Potter.
I have not seen it either. I've not seen
Oh
it
yeah?
either.
Okay, cool. We're there. We're there.
Yeah.
Thanks. I don't
That's
feel
where
too
we're
bad.
again, that's where we're similar.
So I have to watch like at least one movie, and right there's like 6 or 7, right?
Yeah. There's a bunch.
I have to at least watch one movie and pick an outfit for this Christmas theme that's gonna happen at my buddy's house.
There you go.
So that's gonna be good. So I might hit you up for that.
But what I was gonna say too is, following on that train, Aaron Waller he has 2 channels. He has his main channel, and then he's over at Animated Apparel Company, and he's
Sorry,
doing.
Bianca.
Yeah,
she's a huge fan.
yeah. But he's like doing a lot more live streams, but also he's doing like history of characters. So
Okay.
definitely check out Animated Apparel Company because as new movies come out and the live action TV shows come out, he's doing like the backstory of these characters.
Awesome.
So until I
That's
can get
actually
back on track.
interesting.
Yeah. There's things I didn't even
Uh,
know, like watching some of these.
I think Kenny B. Walker asked if we liked the new Power Rangers movie, the most recent one, 2017. I tell you what, I give it a A for effort. But I don't know, man. I guess if you have to be a true, I don't know if you want to say true Power Rangers fan, but you got to really at least watch the Japanese stuff to get the real fans in.
Yeah.
I understand the whole thing about drawing in and keeping the young audience. It's a huge thing because Power Rangers is still going on for a reason, right?
Yeah.
You have a huge young audience, especially with us older guys.
Yeah.
So they have to find the balance and keep us both happy. So I can understand this. It could be really hard, but I thought it was okay. I didn't expect too much.
Yeah.
First thing, I did not expect a lot. I didn't expect for it to blow my mind because I was like, this is gonna be the first Power Ranger movie in God knows how long. I hope they get it right, but they got it pretty decent. Cool backstory, you know.
I just
What are your thoughts? What did you think about it?
I think I reviewed it too. I can't remember as well on that one. I know Aaron reviewed it, but
Yeah.
you know what it was? I think I played the card of know your audience, and I felt like with that movie, they should have known it was gonna be to Salvatore's point, like it's gonna be the adult taking their kids to go see this because the adults watched it as kids,
Right.
taking them to go see it, and I was like, why did you drag on so long them getting the powers? Like you should already know that we know the powers, and you should know that when we were kids, we were intro to them for what 10 minutes before the powers came in. You don't need a whole movie explaining who they are as people, and that's
That was a
where
big
I got mad.
drawback.
Yeah, that's where I got mad about it. I was just like, you gave us them in this literally everything in the commercial of them in suits were the only parts of the movie of them in suits.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the suits because, again, if you're ever gonna do Power Rangers in general, man, just at least try to keep not keep it as spandex as you possibly can. You see all
Yeah,
these cosplayers and cosplay content creators who make Power Ranger cosplay suits, and
killer.
there's one in particular that I love so much, and it's called I think they're called Snake Pit Studios, where
Mm,
they have like a snake print on their outfit, but it's compressed, and a lot of people aren't comfortable wearing real tights and stuff, which I get. But they were able to make the effort of making it look like with like snake print, so you don't see like a lot of people's actual body. Like it's weird how it is. It's just like a whole thing. But the movie, they just came up with something totally random. It was just like a hard piece. It was totally off. It wasn't Power Rangers. Um, but I like the way it was shot. Other than that, but I gave it a six, I think 6 or 7.
mm.
I did. I will tell you though, I did love the rendition of the new Power Rangers. Was the mini movie, the fan made movie that
Yes.
the dude from Dawson's Creek did?
Yeah, yeah. I always reference that.
Um, was it Vanderbeek, something like that?
James Vanderbeek.
James Vanderbeek. That was a Power Rangers movie. If you guys haven't watched it, it's about 15 to 20 minutes long. No, it's 5 minutes. I'm sorry. 5 to 7 minutes long. No, was it 5 to 15 minutes? I can't remember, but it's pretty decent. And it's like if the Power Rangers were alive right now and they're going through PTSD, and one of them has their power, so you see them kick ass for a bit. But it made sense. It was just like, and it was for us. It was catered to us.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true.
But let's move
I
on to another subject. I feel like we're talking to Power Rangers.
yeah.
Like the power hour.
It's Kenny's fault. It's Kenny's fault. But what I was gonna say, I had put on the screen the Rangers, and I feel like Bianca knew one of the Rangers on the screen. She was saying if that was Carmen. I'll
Who
pull it
was
up again.
Carmen?
Do you know who Carmen is?
Oh yes. It's a fellow cosplayer friend of ours.
Here, I put it back up.
She's really close with Bianca.
Can you see the screen?
I see it.
Is that?
Yes, that's her. That's
Oh,
her.
okay.
Yep.
There you go.
I forgot she did the Pink Power Rangers as well.
Nice.
And I like that version. That's the version of Snake Pit Studios where they have this like print on it. It looks a little different.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool.
So as you wanted to transfer topics, which I endorse, we just Power
It,
Rangers and Ninja Turtles, man. We'll go for hours on that.
it's an easy subject and we can get lost.
Well, Joel asked a question, and so just so everybody knows, I do have a what if review that I recorded, and I'm editing. It's next to my editing list, but he wants to know. He wants us to review what if. He wants me to review 2-minute reviews on what if. You are up to date on what if, so I will say this: we'll keep it spoiler free as of. I'll backtrack. We won't spoil yesterday's episode.
We won't spoil. All
Well,
right, cool.
yeah,
Sounds good.
we'll talk about everything else. We could say what we thought about the Thor episode, but let's not go into any plot spoilers of the
I
Thor.
probably won't even mention it because I had to cut it short because I had a phone call, so I haven't finished the last
Oh,
What
okay.
If episode. So we're good. We're good.
So, all right. So, what are you thinking of what if overall?
I actually enjoy it. I didn't think I was gonna expect to enjoy it as much as I did. I am a huge fan. I love. What's funny is that I love the zombie Captain America and
Yeah.
the zombie series with these
Mhm.
guys. And the funny thing is that I hate anything that has to do with vampires or zombies, right? So any
Really?
show, any movie. Yeah, I'm just tired of it. Like
That's fair.
I don't watch anything. I don't watch anything. There's certain shows that I was able to watch. There's this Korean show, and I can't remember the name of it. It's on Netflix right now, and that's
The
The
movie?
Last Zombie. It's a series.
Oh,
It's the
yeah. Yeah.
last. It's the last thing I've watched that had anything to do with zombies. Living Dead, if you want to say. But other than that, I wasn't a huge fan of anything else. But yeah, the What If series with especially the zombie Captain America, zombies. Who else was a zombie in there? Iron Man.
Pretty much
It
all of
was
them.
cool. It was yeah, pretty much all. It was a fresh look. It was nice. The story was great, and like I said, I'm never gonna lose interest in the plot. It kept me going. It kept me interested. It kept me at the edge of my seat.
Is
Um,
it this one?
it's-
The Kingdom?
the Kingdom, that's the one. That's the last anything zombie related that I've watched at all, and that's actually a pretty good show. I recommend anybody to watch it. Pretty good show, and I think they're in the second or third season.
Yeah. I I liked that episode. The two that I liked were that one and the first one, the one with Captain Britain.
Yeah,
And I'll spoil my, I guess, review of the series so far. What I liked about those two episodes were at the end of them, I wanted, or I'm open to the idea of more of those storylines. Like sorry, I'm down for a Captain Britain leading the Avengers storyline. I'm down
yeah,
for a zombie world. What happens when they do see Thanos at the end? Like, I'd like to see that. Everything else so far, including yesterday's episode, like when we were done, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, it's passable.
yeah.
Which I I don't think I'd care about if not for Marvel. Definitely, I think Marvel's pushing these to somewhat be canon, like that they'll go to those worlds if they need to. But if it was just like a random cartoon, actually Star Wars Visions, I won't spoil Star Wars Visions, but Star Wars Visions is great.
I heard it was great. I heard it was great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
it was
almost
great.
done, and it's the same. It's the same thing. It's like what if it's like here's a
Yeah,
story completely different than universe. But what's good about Star Wars Visions is each story is standalone.
yeah,
You're down to see more of that when it's done, but because you don't have like there's no Anakin Skywalker in this. Like there's no the
right,
main
right, right,
characters are
right.
not in it. It's other people. And that's what keeps the intrigue for me. Whereas what if I'm like, okay, it's Thor just being Thor. I don't know. I don't want more of those minus the two episodes.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I think that they could have done with the What If series maybe two, maybe three totals and three episodes in total for
Yeah.
each, for each one.
Yeah.
I think it would have done great because it kind of got me wanted to you know, figure out what happened and stuff, especially with the zombie episode.
Yeah.
Like what happened after that.
Yeah.
So this whole What If series kind of reminds me of the comic book series they had back in the '90s. I think it was called the Amalagan series. If anybody could correct me, where
That
they had
Kenny can
like
correct
a
us.
yeah, it was just like a mashup. For example, one was Wolverine and Batman and made into one, and they were, and I thought that was pretty cool for what it was, and it was just something short, simple, easy, and that's it. I didn't need anything long. I didn't need it to become a whole new series. Like I didn't need any of that, and
Yeah.
that's all I wanted. So I think with What If they could have done maybe two, three episodes just to like give people a little anxiety.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure.
Because I kind of wanted more. I wanted to figure out what happened afterward, but I understand that if they're gonna cut it off after one episode, it makes sense. It's called What If.
Yeah.
They at least gave us that.
And it's funny, like as you were saying all of that, I thought about DC, and DC can be very, very hit or miss.
Yeah,
But the animated stuff tends to be
very consistent.
very consistently good.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they
yeah,
kind of do their own what if without calling it that because we, of course, had to go back to something we talked about before
yeah,
Batman vs. Ninja Turtles animated
Yep.
movie.
Yep.
Fantastic movie.
Mm-hmm. It was
So
very
I
fantastic.
feel like there's ways to do it, but for some reason Marvel, like, I don't know, it's not hitting with me.
The DC's definitely got it on point with the whole animation because like seriously on point, like way better than the movies and shit.
Hmm.
Uh, Definitely got it on point, especially with the last two DC that I've watched, which is the Long Halloween, the Batman Long Halloween.
I gotta watch that
First,
still.
it's so good. It's actually a film. Have you watched the first one or second one? I
No,
mean, the first one at least.
I'm
No?
waiting until they're on HBO Max.
Gotcha. It's literally a film. Like I would sit down and I love all their animated stuff. Don't get me wrong. But
Hmm.
this one was such a good film, and I think that's why they broke it down into two parts.
Hmm.
But it was so good, and I'm like, why can't you guys do this to the movies? Like, I don't know if I know Warner Brothers is like a little up there with their high and their horse and whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want to give a lot of people creative freedom, but they need to do that. Warner Brothers being, excuse me, a little bitch right now with that.
True.
They
Sure.
need to give people their creative freedom that they need.
So, I don't think I asked for your second one, like your second, because so Kenny didn't like, it seems, the zombie one and the first
Didn't
one.
like, I don't know.
So
Gotcha.
you like the zombie one, I like the zombie one. What is a second choice if you have one
Of
that
what
you
if?
like? Yeah.
Of what if? So let's recap. What was so you had the zombie one. What were the other ones? You could quickly remind me. Can't remember
Oh, so
the
here
Black
he.
Panther obviously was just fantastic. Black Panther one was great because he's still, you know, I had a question though. Does every superhero's voiced on What If? Like, is
The
every
no
single one?
no so Kenny actually liked that one, the one with T'Challa as Star Lord.
Yeah.
So is that the one you're talking about when you said Black Panther?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
there's been
yeah,
two.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that one is the last one that has Chadwick voicing Black Panther.
Okay.
The other ones that have Black Panther in it, it's not him.
It's not him,
Um,
right?
Chris Pine has done none of the Captain Americas, and I don't think Robert Downey has done any Iron Man. Everybody else, though, is the actor or actress. Not Scarlett Johansson either.
I think about the thing about these What If series is you may have one or two favorite, or you may just not like it at all, but they're at least going to capture everybody's interest, even for any kind of
Yeah,
fan out there. At least
yeah,
one of the episodes.
yeah,
I did like the one with Tony Stark. What if he never became Iron Man?
yeah,
That one was pretty interesting, especially from the get go, right from the beginning of the show.
yeah,
He if he hadn't gotten trapped and didn't create the Iron Man that we all know, the original Iron Man. Like that was an interesting take on it. Um,
yeah,
it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
yeah,
And that's the second one with T'Challa in it, right? That we were like, that wasn't really
yeah.
Chad Boseman.
Actually, wait, no, that's the third because I think Star Lord. No, you had Star
Star
Lord.
Lord was the first one, I believe.
Then you had the zombies, and then you had that one, I think, right? Or the other way around.
Yeah,
But either way, it's been like three.
yeah.
Um, Going back a couple questions. Oh, here it was. So Salvatore is asking, any new updates on shows? I feel like no one is talking about The Boys or Umbrella Academy. Have you watched
Definitely excited
either?
for both.
You are. Are you up to date on both?
Yeah, definitely up to date on both. We know the thing is that because, like I said earlier, we watch so many shows and it's on top of our busy lives.
Yeah.
If a show is like, missing for about a year and the new season is about a year, sometimes a year and a half, I have to watch a recap because
Yeah.
I need to know everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I can't just
you
like
start to
watch
mix
a
the
show.
shows in your head.
Yeah. So I definitely need to watch a recap of a bunch of shows.
Yeah. I do agree with Aaron though. Aaron was saying that The Boys is good, but season 2 took a dip. I have not finished season 2.
No, it's. I haven't noticed a dip. It kept me entertained, which was good. Umbrella Academy is like it's in the same realm, it's in the same umbrella, but in a
Yeah,
different side.
yeah.
So it definitely caught my interest, and the story is definitely gonna is a story that's gonna take me to another path, and it's gonna that kind of storytelling is what interests me.
Hmm.
Something different than the rest, something different than any other superhero stuff that we've heard of, even from Watchmen. So it kind of reminds me of Watchmen, and also. Which I'm also upset about, another show I want to mention that they canceled was Jupiter's Legacy. Like, if you guys ever watched Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix, like, holy crap.
Oh, I thought that was just a movie. Wasn't that a movie with
No,
Channing
no, no,
Tatum?
that was the series. No, the series. I think it's called Jupiter's Legacy. Yeah,
Oh, I'm thinking of Jupiter's Ascending or something like that.
No, 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 yeah, Jupiter's Legacy on Netflix. Such a good show. I thought that was going to be something else like The Boys or The Umbrella Academy. They were going to just launch off because I thought it did really well.
This freaking guy, Josh Turnham, or Turhelm, or
Yeah,
whatever, in everything,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything.
And then we have the Invisibles.
Yeah. I see my beef with this show.
Which one with this?
Jupiter's Legacy.
Invisible? Oh, Jupiter's Legacy.
I thought that I haven't finished it yet. I didn't get a chance to finish it, but I think in watching, like, for some reason, like, the suits and the fighting, it seemed very, like, cheap to me. Like, it seemed like
Right.
everything they had spent money on, and there was good production, and there was this good story of, like, the present and the past. But then when they had that initial fight scene in, like, episode 1 or 2 with the Brainiac
Yeah, with the
looking
big
dude,
main guy. Yeah, yeah.
like, it lost me, and I could not jump back on the wagon
Yeah?
from there. Yeah.
I thought it was good for what it was, because I think it was a comic by Frank Miller, right?
Maybe. Let's see.
I think it was a Frank Miller comic, and I heard it was pretty good. And when I saw it, I was like, I can see this. I'm loving what they're doing with this, especially with the Invincible stuff that I just mentioned. Like, wow,
Yeah.
like I like this. Because I never read the comics. Umbrella Academy is a comic, I believe,
Yes.
and
By Jared Way
The
from
Boys, right? And The
yep.
Boys, I never read those comics, so this was a
Yeah.
huge introduction to me. It was a fantastic introduction to me. So I thought Jupiter's Legacy was going to be the exact same thing. Not that it was like over the top, wow,
Yeah.
but it caught my interest at least.
Yeah. But you notice too, I think something like Jupiter's Legacy, if it doesn't come out around the same time of Invincible, The Boys, where there are these, we're more edgy superhero shows,
Yeah,
maybe it would have taken off more. Umbrella Academy, like, if it wasn't in that bunch, I think it
I
would
feel
have,
you.
no pun intended, I guess, it would have taken off. But
Totally, totally, totally.
yeah. So we got like 5 minutes left. Let's see if I can find another either for us to. Oh, I had this one ready to go and I didn't even click on it. I think I know the answer to this one, but we'll still pull it up either way. In the next round of either, we have Pac-Man, Space Invaders.
Play Pac-Man or play Space Invaders? I would probably. It depends on the mood, but if I were to play right now, I'd probably play some Pac-Man.
I was gonna say, with your shirt, you can't go against.
Yeah, yeah, I can't go against Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
And
Salvatore's
they're going
going
after
red.
they're going after the pizza. He's going
They
red.
are. He's going red.
Space Invaders was dope. Space Invaders was
It
really
is.
dope, man. It's entertaining for hours.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So what would you choose? What
would.
would
You
you
know what?
play right now?
I was thinking of actually I was thinking of South Park. What would you do? I would, if it was your T-shirt version, Ninja
Actually, that was
Turtles,
Team
Pac-Man.
America.
Yeah, Team America. Oh, sorry, what
There
did I
you go.
say? I said South Park. Sorry.
South Park.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Yeah.
That's great,
Actually,
great movies.
The lady and I yesterday were actually watching I'm So Romery, the music video for it.
See,
I
that's
mean,
how you know she's the one.
that's how you know you got the catch.
And if you guys know what she's so ornery means, then yeah, you are it.
So I actually was telling her, I was like, that was my ringtone when we were in college together on my
It was.
Motorola. had a V300, but I don't think that's the phone. I remember.
I don't even
So
know which one
actually,
that is.
funny story, everybody. While we're on the topic of college here, Steve was the person that introduced me into text messages. Like I don't even know.
Me?
If
I
you know
was?
this. Yeah.
I
So
don't know. I do not know this.
we're legit. We're legit sitting in whatever. So they were doing this stupid thing at school at that point. It was they wanted to do a theme around the like as you came into the school, like your courses were around a certain theme or topic. And it was for us like building a city. So the math class, the English class, all these other classes somehow were involved around that. But because of it, a couple of us were in the same classes, class to class.
Yeah.
So Steve was in a couple of mine, and I remember some girl went up to talk and like present or whatever, and you texted me about her, and like my phone, it was a blue Motorola. Like I remember I took it out and I flip it open because that's all we had, flip phones, and I was like, what? I was like, what
No
is
way.
this? And
No
then
way.
like
Really?
I was like, I think it was like, and it said like from Steve, and I was like, what?
Really?
And my brain like could not function. It was like,
And then you
sent me
didn't
a-
want to reply
Yeah.
with one finger text. Like this, how am I gonna reply to
Yeah.
this?
You were my very first text message. How about that?
Wow, you hear that? You hear that here first, guys.
There you go. Didn't even know. That's
Oh,
a deep cut right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm happy I introduced you to the text messaging.
The only way to communicate these days.
I was like, here, he needs to know this.
Yeah. But hey, to Sal's point, back when I was your age, text messages were 5 cents to send, 5 cents to receive.
Then you had to wait till 9 p.m. to get. I know phone calls were free after 9. Were text messages free after 9?
Nah, I think you were screwed on the text messages.
You were still screwed regardless. Jeez. Call me after 9 p.m. I'll talk to you as much as I want.
Yeah. Dude, this was fun. This was a fun episode. Do me a favor. What do you got going on? How can people reach you if they want to nerd out with you? Where are they catching you?
Well, you guys can definitely reach out to me on Instagram. I'm not a huge streamer on YouTube like I'm at HeyArchers, but I'm on Instagram, and it's right there. Right there. Oh, right there. Right there. That's my Instagram. But yeah, reach out to me. I've been doing a lot of cosplay recently, at least professional photography cosplay. And this, again, I just started doing this, at least the professional aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a YouTube channel, so I do stream mostly video games and nonsense. So it's not edited, so be careful if you watch it around some kids or whatnot. So it's actually Steven Mercado 23. But yeah, man, that's my YouTube. I'm actually looking forward to Comic-Con in 3 weeks,
Yeah,
right?
dude, it's
Yeah,
coming
I'll be
fast.
seeing you there. It's actually going to be a very interesting Comic-Con, man, because it's the first one post-pandemic or in the middle of the pandemic, so
Yeah,
we all got to be safe and stuff. And I am for one happy that they're applying the whole mask stuff because there's a lot of people. There are a lot of people there. So if you don't know whatever you believe in, there's a lot of people there. So so it's going to be interesting for me to see that, and it's going to be fun. I know it's going to be fun because we're both toy hunters, and I'm looking for the Hamato Yoshi. I'm sure you are as well, and I hope to snag it there for a reasonable price.
I'm hope. You know what? We gotta find. I put your YouTube channel up here, so everybody go subscribe over to Steven Mercado. That way we can get him past the 4 subscribers. I want him YouTubing all the time. Let's give
Thanks,
him
man. I
that push.
appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me, man. It's been real fun.
Yeah. No, we're gonna we need that. We're gonna help each other at Comic-Con. You need the 2-pack.
Sure.
Do I need a 2-pack? Yes, but really I need the 4 brothers, and we're gonna find somebody who's selling them together.
Right.
We're gonna cut a deal. It's a deal they can't pass up on. We're gonna get.
I have a feeling you might get a nice, not 4-pack, but 2-packs there. But
Yeah. And last question before we call it an episode.
yeah.
Do you have a cosplay picked out so far? Because I still have not picked out one.
So I'm going Friday and Saturday this year, and I decided on Saturday I'm going with my girlfriend. It's her first time ever going, so it's gonna.
Wait, what day is
it
that?
could be overwhelming. I'm going on Saturday, the day you are.
Yep.
I'm going with my girlfriend. Friday, I'm going also Friday, but Friday I'm still thinking about cosplaying, and if I'm gonna do it, I might do Solid Snake. I haven't made anything new this year, but
Yeah.
Solid Snake is one of the faves. Are
So
you
is
cosplaying?
well. Here's the thing. You brought it up. Apparently, Saturday is going to be girlfriend day because I'm also taking my girlfriend on Saturday, and it's her first Comic Con.
Whoop, whoop.
I feel
Awesome.
like we are obligated now to cosplay because we both can't go with our significant
I
others
know.
and be normal on that day. Come on.
I know, right? I know, right? And the
We'll
reason I
figure it
wanted
out.
to do one of the days I wanted to like at least shop for something, and you
Yes.
can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if nobody's ever been to a Comic Con, you can't cosplay and shop on
Yeah.
the same day.
It's
It's
hard.
impossible, especially if your cosplay is off the charts. People are gonna just love you.
People keep stopping you and all that stuff.
It's tough. It's tough. It's
It's
tough.
quite an
But
experience.
we'll talk. We'll definitely coordinate to see if we can do something together on Saturday.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool.
Ladies and gents, it's been a good episode. This is thanks to you, Steve. This is our second week in a row of no copyright strikes. We didn't watch any
Yes.
trailers. So success.
I'm glad I wasn't playing anything in the back behind me that was that would get flagged.
Yeah, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. But everybody, Hey Archer Live every Thursday at 8 p.m. People like Steve, Andrew, I'm hoping Kenny, I'll get you on. We just nerd out here. That's what we do on Hey Archer, and I love all of you nerds for it. 2-minute reviews, I swear, are coming. Unboxing
Yes.
videos. Oh wait,
We
hang
need
on.
more. Oh snap! We're waiting for something. Thanks for all the question, guys. You guys did pretty well with the questions. I'm gonna do a. Oh man!
This one's got Steve's name on it, so
I have a perfect spot for it too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
we'll unbox. I got 2 of them, you and Anthony. So I'll unbox one of them. I'll give you guys a discount for it.
Woof, totally looking forward to that unboxing, bro. Totally looking forward. You were the unboxing I liked when you did the Thanos and Iron Man two pack
Yeah,
before I
that's a good
actually
one.
received it myself. So I was looking forward to it, and then your review was definitely A+.
I'm still looking for it for you. I haven't forgotten.
No, I got it. I just got it. I got the
Oh, you got it.
Iron Man.
Oh, all right.
I got the Iron Man. Yeah, right before I received it, I was looking at your review and I was like, all right, so this is great. It's really good. I just got it like 2 weeks ago.
That's hilarious. All right, nerds. It's been a pleasure. Thank all of you for being here. K-Walk is asking for a cosplay of Power Rangers with the girlfriends.
Soon, we'll do. That's
figure that
definitely going to be something, and I'm sure that we're definitely going to do it at the same time. So because we have
I think
to.
we have to.
Yeah, we have to.
All right, nerds. I'll talk to all of you in the next video. Peace. Oh, I gotta take us out of there.